Xing Chen's form appears much more mature than before. Many of the features she had as a baby dragon seem to have vanished, replaced by a stronger and more refined look. However, what changes her attribute panel might reveal after entering her growth period remains a mystery. With the demon general defeated, the battlefield grows quiet. The dark castle looms in the distance, but no more demons emerge. It seems the danger has passed for now. Taking advantage of the calm, Lu Fan opens the system to carefully examine Xing Chen's new attribute panel. Her level has increased to 15, which is an impressive milestone. He reviews her stats, which are astonishing. Her strength reaches 4,656, agility is at 1,031, mind power is 5,418, and endurance sits at 1,543. These numbers are enough to make anyone's jaw drop, but it's the new forms and skills that catch Lu Fan's attention. Xing Chen's form skills include an updated battle mode. Her baby form is still available, reducing energy consumption by shrinking her body. However, she now has a new Starlight Radiance form, which massively boosts her physical strength attributes by 5 times. Unfortunately, this form has a time limit of only 1 minute, which makes it a high-risk, high-reward ability. Another highlight is her third form, Galaxy Overlord form. In this form, the dragon disassembles itself, becoming invulnerable to all attacks while turning into a nebula. Gains new abilities, Stellar Rain and Black Hole. It's the kind of move that says, "Don't even try me." He realizes that Xing Chen's Starlight form is designed for pure battle efficiency, perfect for taking down opponents quickly and decisively. Her Starlight Radiance form is a weapon of destruction, leaving no room for prolonged struggles. The Galaxy Overlord form, on the other hand, has an even more unique ability. It resembles Xiao Fi's Soul Light form, which abandons the physical body and makes the user untouchable. However, as a nebula, the dragon can likely remain undetected near enemies. Lu Fan reflects that to truly understand the extent of Xing Chen's power in this form, experimentation will be necessary. And that means finding some monsters willing, or rather, unlucky enough, to serve as test subjects. Feeling satisfied with Xing Chen's attributes and abilities, Lu Fan raises his gaze to look at his pet dragons. Xing Chen stands tall, radiating confidence with her higher power attribute. Her expression seems even more world-weary than before, as though saying, "I dare you to mess with me." Her intimidating aura makes Lu Fan chuckle nervously, but it also stirs a bit of concern. He silently hopes that as Xing Chen matures, her temperament will soften. After all, if her attitude doesn't improve, Lu Fan isn't entirely sure she'll let him ride her. Lu Fan finds himself feeling a little envious of Xing Chen's incredible Starlight Radiance form. The way it boosts physical strength by 5 times is nothing short of spectacular. He wonders if he could somehow tap into that explosive power through the dragon's saddle. The idea intrigues him, and his face takes on a serious expression as he starts to contemplate the possibilities. Turning his attention to the towering Hell Demon Peak, Lu Fan reflects on the current situation. The demon general has been defeated for some time now, and while the gate of the Dark Castle remains wide open, no new waves of demons have emerged. This is unusual given the relentless attacks earlier. Lu Fan is convinced he has successfully cleared this stage of the castle. However, one thought nags at him: the Earth's shadow demon might still be lurking somewhere inside. Determined to get answers, Lu Fan commands Xiao Ye to use the Kai perception skill. In an instant, a radiant divine light shines through Xiao Ye's eyes. This ability is designed to reveal hidden or stealthy enemies and can actively dispel any nearby invisibility. If anything is trying to stay hidden, it won't escape now. Lu Fan watches closely, expecting something to show itself, but the area remains quiet. He considers the possibility that the Hell Demon is still inside the castle, biding its time. Perhaps it's too scared or just too stubborn to face him directly. With a wry smile, Lu Fan decides he won't wait any longer. If the demon won't come out, he'll go in and find it himself. Climbing onto Xiao Ye's back, Lu Fan leads the way towards the Dark Castle, with the other dragons following close behind. They fly through the great gate, their wings slicing through the air like knives through butter. As soon as they enter, Lu Fan dismounts and takes a few steps forward. The castle's interior is massive, with an oppressive darkness enveloping everything. The lack of light makes it impossible to see clearly, but Lu Fan relies on his black dragon's skill to sense any nearby enemies. The silence around him feels almost too quiet, like the calm before a storm. After walking a short distance, a sudden flash of fire appears in the distance. Lu Fan halts, his gaze fixed on the flickering light. He examines it carefully, feeling a strange shift in the atmosphere. The air grows heavy and the surroundings begin to change. It's as if he has stepped into an entirely different realm, another secret area hidden within the Dark Castle. Lu Fan can't help but think that things are about to get a lot more interesting, and possibly a lot more dangerous. Lu Fan notices that the interior of the castle matches its rough and foreboding exterior. It is vast and empty, with only a ring of torches hanging mysteriously in midair, casting flickering light across the space. He reflects that the demon army he fought earlier must have gathered here before marching out of the dark castle. The sheer size of the hall is impressive. It's large enough to hold over 10,000 demons without anyone feeling cramped, though the lack of furniture probably helps with that. Walking forward cautiously, Lu Fan observes the emptiness. With all the demons and bosses eliminated, the castle feels eerily still. His steps echo faintly, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. The only notable feature in this cavernous space is a massive throne positioned at the far end of the hall. As he moves closer, Lu Fan tilts his head up to take in its size. The throne is enormous, much larger than he expected, making even Xiao Yai feel small. Xiao Ye, standing nearby, begins growling lowly, sensing something unusual. Before Lu Fan can react, a strange figure emerges from the shadows near the throne. It looks otherworldly, radiating an ominous aura. Lu Fan recognizes it immediately. It is an earth-shadowed demon, a creature shrouded in legend. However, the creature vanishes instantly. A voice suddenly rings out, cold and unsettling, coming from the direction of earth-shadowed demon. The demon speaks as if recalling old grudges, mentioning humans who killed it long ago. Lu Fan stares at the throne, but the voice seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. It talks about losing its body and being sealed here, in what isn't even its own palace. Lu Fan tries to pinpoint the source of the voice but finds it challenging. The demon, almost as if amused by his confusion, starts laughing. It reveals that despite being defeated, its soul has been preserved, ironically protected by humans. The demon mocks their efforts, calling them pitiful and foolish, and then declares its true identity. He is one of the 9 realms demons, the Earth Shadow Demon. As it finishes speaking, the demon fully manifests on the throne. Its hands are bound in thick chains, and a large, menacing eye sits at the center of its form, glaring at everything. The demon's presence is both imposing and unsettling, a reminder that even bound, it is a force to be reckoned with. Lu Fan, maintaining his composure, checks the system to confirm its stats. The display shows its name as the Earth Shadow Demon, a level 85 nightmare boss. Its strength is an incredible 37,551, agility is 39,034, spirit is 30,582, and endurance stands at 40,658. Lu Fan takes a deep breath, realizing that this battle will test him like no other. The Earth Shadow Demon's abilities are as dangerous as its appearance suggests. Its first skill, Shadow Layers, uses Earth Shadow energy to strike targets, penetrating up to 5 layers. Each layer increases the damage dealt to the target by 40%, making the attacks more destructive with every hit. The second ability, Phantom Walk, combines stealth with Earth Shadow energy, allowing the demon to move undetected. However, the stealth disappears when it attacks or engages in melee combat. The third ability, Red Blade Claw, delivers devastating strikes infused with blood energy. After using this skill, the demon's strength temporarily surges by 200% for 2 seconds, making it an even more terrifying foe during those moments. The demon's arrogance is evident as it taunts Lu Fan and Xiao Ye, questioning if they have come to seal it again and mocking their ambitions of becoming heroes. It raises its hand menacingly, preparing to attack. With an air of superiority, the demon declares that Lu Fan should prepare to meet his end and say his final words. The demon activates his Shadow Layer ability, which hits 4 times and leaves marks on the target. Each mark increases damage by 40%, stacking up to 3 layers. However, the demon's attack turns futile as an invisible shield around Lu Fan absorbs the impact, leaving Lu Fan untouched. Inside his armor of energy, Lu Fan smiles calmly. He counters the demon's earlier arrogance, suggesting it might want to save its own dramatic words for itself. It turns out Xiao Fei had used Emerald Light to protect Lu Fan and others. It is a powerful skill that grants protective shields to its target, removes all negative effects, and boosts all attributes by 60%. The shield absorbs 2 hits per layer, ensuring extra durability against the demon's relentless attacks. Simultaneously, Lu Fan draws his sword, its blade gleaming as though eager for battle. He commands Xiao Fei to summon the twin fallen corpse dragons. The twin dragons appear in a flash of light. Their presence is overwhelming and they roar ferociously, standing between Lu Fan and the Earth Shadow Demon. The sound of their roar shakes the castle walls as if announcing to the demon that its time is up. The system reveals that the summoned twin fallen corpse dragons are at level 23 and come with a formidable set of abilities. Their first power, Dragon's Breath, deals magical damage to enemies, What's even more terrifying is its secondary effect. Targets killed by the breath are resurrected as undead minions, now fighting on behalf of the dragon's master. Their second power, Dragon Charge, covers the dragon with undead energy, allowing it to charge at enemies while dissipating 99% of incoming damage and reflecting any skill effects back to attackers. The third power, Forbidden Dragon Magic, unlocks advanced dragon spells, replacing the Dragon Breath with Forbidden Dragon Curse and Dragon Charge with Doomfall. The dragon's unique bloodline also reduces all incoming damage by 5%, making it a resilient and dangerous ally in battle. The Earth Shadow Demon becomes visibly uneasy upon sensing their powerful presence. Its arrogance is replaced with seriousness as it tries to comprehend the energy radiating from Lu Fan and his dragons. He asks Lu Fan what kind of power this is. However, Lu Fan replies to him that he doesn't need to know. Lu Fan then orders Shou Yai to use Lava Flame on the Earth Shadow Dragon. Shou Yai lets out a thunderous roar, her lava-infused attacks building in intensity. This attack spreads lava forward like an unstoppable tide, dealing devastating damage to everything in its path while simultaneously healing Shou Yai. Shou Yai unleashes this massive wave of lava directly at the demon, resulting in a tremendous explosion that shakes the castle walls. The attack appears to pierce through the demon. For a moment, it seems like a decisive blow has been landed. However, the relief is short-lived. The Earth Shadow Demon begins laughing, its voice echoing ominously. It mocks Lu Fan and Shou Yai, calling them foolish and weak. According to the demon, defeating it won't be as easy as they think. The Earth Shadow Demon activates Phantom Walk, a high-level stealth ability that allows him to move undetected within the shadows. Lu Fan realizes, however, that the Earth Shadow Demon's unique hiding ability is beyond even Shou Yai's detection. While Shou Yai can sense camouflage and hidden enemies, the demon's Earth Shadow concealment remains a step ahead. This frustrates Lu Fan. Suddenly, the Earth Shadow Demon makes its move. It taunts Xiaofei that she has to go first. Then it lunges at Xiaofei with incredible speed, its claws glowing with dark energy. It launches a shadow-infused attack, landing 4 consecutive hits on Xiaofei. Each hit increases the strength of the shadow layers by 40%, making the attack more destructive with every strike. Xiaofei braces herself firmly against the demon's relentless attack. Her emerald shield activates just as the powerful strikes land, completely absorbing the damage. Despite the ferocity of the assault, Xiaofei remains unharmed. The Earth Shadow Demon, however, starts laughing again, its tone dripping with mockery. It taunts Lu Fan and his dragons, claiming it could keep up this game indefinitely, waiting to see how long they can last. Lu Fan's expression grows serious as he analyzes the situation. He acknowledges that while Xiaofei's emerald light can continue shielding them, relying on a purely defensive strategy won't lead to victory. Determined to take the offensive, he tightens his grip on his sword. The Earth Shadow Demon, sensing opportunity, turns its attention to Lu Fan, declaring that it is now his turn to face its wrath. With a swift motion, Lu Fan charges at the demon, swinging his sword with precision. But the demon, ever confident, enlarges its claws to monstrous proportions, effortlessly blocking the attack. It retaliates immediately, using its Shadow Layer's skill, a series of claw strikes infused with Earth Shadow energy. Each blow lands with devastating force, striking 4 times in succession. However, Lu Fan surprises the demon by smiling confidently. He declares that hiding is no longer an option for the demon. At that moment, the demon becomes distracted as bright nova stars begin falling from every direction, illuminating the dark battlefield. Confusion spreads across the Earth Shadow Demon's face as it demands to know what is happening. It hadn't noticed that Xing Chen had been concealed all along, using the Phantom Walk ability to remain undetected. The mystery unravels as Lu Fan calls out to Xing Chen, instructing him to step forward and get ready to unleash his full power. This moment marks the perfect opportunity to test new skills. Xing Chen emerges from the shadows, his presence growing more imposing with each step. Xing Chen transforming into his galaxy form. The Earth Shadow Demon looks on in disbelief. Its anger boils over as it realizes Xing Chen was part of the battle all along, concealed and waiting for the perfect moment. Its frustration is palpable, but Lu Fan wastes no time. He orders Xing Chen to use Stellar Rain. Xing Chen wastes no time and activates Stellar Rain, summoning a cascade of starlight that falls continuously over the battlefield. The entire area is bathed in a celestial glow, and the attack can persist indefinitely until Lu Fan decides to cancel it. The relentless starlight creates an overwhelming advantage. The demon struggles to comprehend the situation. Lu Fan raises his sword high, its edge gleaming with cosmic energy, and fixes his gaze on the demon. His confidence is unshaken, and with a steady tone, he delivers one final taunt, daring the demon to prepare its last words. The Shadow Earth demon tries to use the Shadow Walk, but its skill gets interrupted. It again tries, but it's the same result again. Shadow Earth demon gets frustrated and taunts Lu Fan that even if he lights up the darkness here, it's useless. The Shadow Earth demon then uses the fiendish Shadow Strike aimed at Sha Fei. This attack gathers the Earthshade's aura for a claw strike. The target hit will take 4 damage segments and be marked. The shadow layers can stack up to 3 times, and each layer increases the damage received by 40%. Lu Fan quickly instructs Xiao Fei to transform into her soul light form. Without hesitation, Xiao Fei responds and her physical body begins to fade, becoming transparent as she shifts into her ethereal form. At almost the exact moment Xiao Fei's physical body disappears, the Earth Shadow Demon lashes out with its claws, aiming to strike her. However, it is just a fraction too late. The demon's claws pass harmlessly through Xiao Fei, unable to cause any damage. In this form, Xiao Fei is completely invulnerable, immune to all attacks. Although Xiao Fei remains unharmed, the sight of the Earth Shadow Demon targeting her stirs something fierce in Lu Fan. He feels an almost parental rage bubbling up, like a father protecting his daughter. Anyone who dares to harm his dragons will face his full wrath, and he silently promises to make the demon regret its actions. In her soul light form, Xiao Fei rises into the air, hovering protectively above Lu Fan and Xiao Ye. She activates her skills, Soul Aegis and Dragon Kai Impact, both of which have reached level 2 thanks to her recent growth. Soul Aegis boosts the normal attributes of both Lu Fan and Xiao Ye by an incredible 300%. On top of that, it generates 4 charges of Dragon Kai defense per second, stacking up to 40 charges, and 4 charges of Dragon Kai attack per second, stacking up to 60 charges. The effect of these enhancements is staggering. Xiao Ye, already a formidable force, becomes even more powerful. For Lu Fan, the boost is even greater, as the enhancements are doubled when applied to him. His power attribute soars past 70,000, an almost absurd level of strength. While the defensive energy shields both Lu Fan and Xiao Ye, the offensive energy has a much more destructive purpose. Its range is wide, and its sole goal is to annihilate enemies. The Earth Shadow Demon, now visibly desperate, glares at Lu Fan with a mix of rage and disbelief. It cannot understand how a human is capable of commanding such overwhelming dragon power. Its anger spills over and turns its scorn toward the dragons themselves, questioning why creatures as powerful as them would serve someone it views as insignificant. Lu Fan fixes his gaze on the Shadow Earth Demon with a determined expression. He declares that it is time to silence the demon for good. Turning to Xing Chen, he asks for her opinion. Xing Chen responds with a mighty roar, a clear signal that she is ready for battle. The Shadow Earth Demon, brimming with arrogance, dismisses them as overconfident and vows to destroy them together. It unleashes a ferocious attack, but Xiao Ye steps forward, meeting the assault head-on with her claw. The collision sends shockwaves rippling through the battlefield, shaking the air and ground in every direction. Despite the intensity, Xiao Ye holds her ground firmly. Lu Fan, impressed by Xiao Ye's strength, praises her while preparing for his next move. He pulls out his Shadow Snake Bow, an ominous weapon that channels dark energy. The bow begins to charge its special ability, the Snake Shadow Arrow, which requires 3 seconds to reach full power. This ability enhances the arrow's damage by an astonishing 500%. Lu Fan instructs Xiao Ye and Xiao Fei to hold their positions and defend as he readies his attack. As Lu Fan draws his bowstring, the Shadow Earth Demon retaliates with his Bloodblade Claw. This powerful attack deals massive damage and temporarily boosts the demon's strength by 200% for 2 seconds. However, Xiao Ye intercepts the attack with remarkable skill, deflecting the Bloodblade Claw effortlessly. The Shadow Earth Demon, frustrated and furious, curses under its breath at its failure. Meanwhile, the 3 seconds pass, and the Shadow Snake Bow is fully charged. Lu Fan takes aim, signaling his dragons to attack simultaneously. He promises that it's time to light the tower and unleash their combined strength. With precision and determination, he releases the Snake Shadow Arrow. At the same time, Xiao Ye unleashes her Lava Flame attack, a torrent of fiery destruction aimed directly at the demon. Xiao Fei adds her own contribution by using Energy Shockwave, which releases the accumulated damage from the last 10 attacks as a massive counterstrike, dealing devastating area-wide damage. Xing Chen coordinates her move with Lu Fan, summoning a brilliant star to amplify the assault. The Snake Shadow Arrow shatters the star mid-flight, creating an explosive synergy that increases the power of the attack by 50%. The combined force of all their attacks is overwhelming, each one landing perfectly on the Shadow Earth Demon. The demon is consumed by the sheer intensity of the onslaught. Its body writhes in agony as it cries out, unable to comprehend the power being used against it. Through its pain screams, it protests that such strength should not be possible, its arrogance finally crumbling under the weight of defeat. Meanwhile, in the observation room, Vice Principal Zhao and Elder Han watch the events unfold on the display screen. Although they cannot feel the pressure of the battlefield directly, images alone are enough to make them realize something extraordinary is happening. Elder Han, a man with vast experience who had survived over 100 assassination attempts by fourth profession players, finds himself shaken for the first time. The scene before him is unlike anything he has encountered, and it stirs emotions he rarely feels. Vice Principal Zhao, who has always recognized Lu Fan's strength, is stunned. Every time he thinks he has gauged Lu Fan's capabilities, Lu Fan proves him wrong through his actions. What is unfolding now leaves Zhao speechless. The sheer power Lu Fan is displaying is not just impressive, it's absurd. Zhao realizes that Lu Fan, even with his recent second profession change, is strong enough to take on an entire team of fourth profession players. Such a feat is beyond imagination. Elder Han remains silent for a long time, clearly overwhelmed. When he finally speaks, his voice trembles slightly, a rare show of emotion from someone of his stature. He calls Lu Fan a genius among geniuses, acknowledging not only the strength of Lu Fan's pet dragons but also his mastery of combat techniques. Elder Han notes how precise Lu Fan's skill timing is, with each release calculated perfectly. While he stops short of calling Lu Fan one of the top players just yet, he confidently declares that Lu Fan is first-rate and destined to reach the top with time and experience. According to Elder Han, true strength is not just about one's profession or power level. Combat understanding and battle sense are equally important. These skills require significant effort, self-awareness, and determination to push past one's limits. Most players focus on leveling up, acquiring better equipment, or mastering new skills. However, Lu Fan has clearly prioritized developing his battle instincts, setting him apart from the rest. Vice Principal Zhao glances at Elder Han and realizes how much Lu Fan's performance has affected him. It is likely the first time anyone has made Elder Han speak with such emotion and lose his usual composure. Zhao can't help but smile at the thought. He mentions that Dragon Capital University has recognized Lu Fan's extraordinary talent early on and has worked hard to support his development, especially in preparation for the national trials. Just as Zhao begins to make a broader point, a loud sound interrupts him. The noise comes from Lu Fan's live broadcast. The skills being unleashed on the display screen are powerful, lighting up the scene like a dazzling storm. The entire dark castle shakes violently, as if on the verge of collapsing. The flashing lights of the skills encircle Lu Fan, his dragons, and the earth-shadowed demon, creating a spectacle that leaves Zhao speechless. He forgets what he was saying, his focus fully consumed by the intensity of the confrontation. The national trials were expected to showcase impressive battles, but no one could have predicted a clash of this magnitude. Surprisingly, the Earth-Shadowed Demon is not dead yet. It lives up to its reputation as a level A5 epic boss and stands up once more. Its power is undeniable. It had once wreaked havoc on an entire nation, almost bringing it to ruin. Even for someone as capable as Lu Fan, defeating it is no easy task. Unlike his usual battles, where he overwhelms opponents with ease, this fight pushes him to his limits. The Earth-Shadowed Demon curses Lu Fan and his dragons, saying it will not spare them. Lu Fan tells him that his attack is not finished yet. He reminds it has not realized that two of his dragons have been absent from the fight all along. At that moment, the glowing eyes of the twin fallen corpse dragons light up, and they launch their own final devastating attack. The simultaneous strike is unimaginably powerful, leaving no room for the Earth-Shadowed Demon to recover. With one last anguished roar, the Earth-Shadowed Demon's body shatters completely. Even its fangs break, with 10 pieces scattering across the battlefield. And that was it for today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, hit that like button, as today's like goal is 1,500 likes. Comment next part down below if you want to see what happens next. Also, consider subscribing with the notification bell on to get notified as soon as a new video drops onto the channel. You can also join the channel to support me financially and watch videos before their public release. I'll meet you in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching.